All right, yo, what's up? So welcome to this video. In today's video, if you're a coach or an agency, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I was able to bring my coaching and agency business from 10K a month all the way up to 30K a month in literally just a month. And it was really honestly three very simple steps that I'm going to be showing to you guys that I was able to implement that, produce that result in such a quick amount of time, right? So, if you're around that 10K a month mark, to be honest with you, your life probably looks a little something like this right now. So back in about 2022, bro, this is like a few years back, like been in the game for a little bit, but I digress. My life at that point in time was literally every single day I had the gnarliest routine, bro. Like fucking the most dialed in motherfucker that you could fuck with at that time. Like I woke up every single day, 6 in the morning, hit the fucking gym, got my workout in, sit down and did fucking 10 hours worth of deep work, right? And the reason why I was doing that, see, I told you right here. I have a photo of this. It's literally a video of me making my checklist. I would have my checklist every single morning. I'd go off and check every single thing that I had to do throughout the entire day. Good times. But anyways, my non-negotiables every single day was like I had to send, if you could see here, at least 100 fucking cold DMs a day. And I would follow up with all my that didn't include any follow up. That didn't include nothing, bro. I would spend at least 2 to 3 hours every single day, in addition to serving clients, taking sales calls, and all this other stuff on just straight up cold prospecting on an offer that's literally is in the hardest niche to ever like sell to, which is fucking car salespeople, right? I have been in the gnarliest fucking niche to sell to, period, right? And that's what my life looked like. I was seriously sending cold DMs. I tried cold emails. I tried going. I just did a bunch of different shit. But at the end of the day, I was doing enough volume and I was doing it consistently enough to get myself to about 10K a month. And I did that for like four or 5 months back to back, right? And throughout April of that year, I was like hard stuck at like 10, 15K for like that amount of time. And the reason why I was hitting this constraint is because when you do like cold outreach, it's 1-to-1, right? So I didn't understand jack shit about marketing at the time, or I didn't even understand the principles of it. I was just told, hey, go have conversations with people, as many people as you possibly can, get them onto a sales call and pitch them on your services, right? I didn't know nothing. So that's what I ended up doing. But the reason why it's not scalable and the reason why I couldn't do that is because I only have so many hours in a day, right? Like the 2 to 3 hours a day that I would dedicate towards this isn't scalable, or it can't go much further than that. I can only do so much outreach in a day. So what I ended up doing was I ended up learning and investing into myself to learn how to run fucking simple ads, bro. I never ran ads for myself at that point. But to be honest with you, if you're at a point where even if you have like 1 to 3K in the bank, it was the best money like I ever spent, which was just learning how to run advertisements for myself. And so the transformation that I ended up going from was working fucking 12 hours a day, cold DMing people, talking to people that barely wanted to know about my services or talk to me at all, to being able to put together a single ad that was able to 10x my business. So your biggest constraint when you're at like 10K a month is nobody know who the fuck you are, bro. Like you don't have any case. You like, yeah, you have some case studies, but like nobody knows anything about you. You look like everybody else that's cold DMing them. I get a bunch of fucking cold DMs like every day now at this point. But yeah, your biggest enemy is obscurity. So being able to learn how to run an ad, it's like the simplest funnel that you could ever really figure out, and it's the easiest one that you can launch. A fucking baby could do it. So the whole premise was being able to run an ad where I could, instead doing 1-to-1 outreach, I could do one to many. And rather than spending all my time chasing and running and hunting down leads and appointments and trying to sell my product, I just put out an ad out there that got in front of people, and I started attracting leads like crazy. So if you could see here's some examples of some of the ads that I ended up running at the end of December. So this was like in July, and then I learned how to run ads later in December, right? So the first month I ended up running ads just went stupid, right? Like I think this was my first ad here this one right here. Stop relying on the dealer to generate your leads. I was the first motherfucker to do this. And so I started getting a lot of like people, a lot of attention, right? So you can kind of understand the framework. You want to understand the framework of being able to turn a stranger into a customer, right? So it's with this 3-step process. And once you learn marketing, you'll get very familiar with these few phases in the marketing cycle. So what you're going to want to understand is that there's 3 phases to any sales funnel that you build out, or just marketing in general, right? Because just like anything, it takes some time for somebody to get to know you, like you, trust you, and then fucking hand you over thousands of dollars, right? You have to you have to understand that takes some time to actually go ahead and build some trust, right? Your relationship or the people that you run into, like you're not going to go take home the first girl that you see at the bar and go and marry her for the rest of your life, right? Like you're going to take some time to actually get to know them. So with that being said, this ad that I ended up running here, right, would get new eyeballs to my page, new eyeballs to my business, right? And with that, I was attracting a bunch of people to my Instagram page who were curious about my content, right? They'd watch my videos and they would get moved down into the middle of funnel. So literally the top of funnel, you have like, a few ads that you run, 2 to 3 different ads. You have a few different ad creatives that just gets attention. So once you get this attention, they start following your page. So the first step in your sales funnel was just getting them to engage and follow me to get to know who I was and what I was about. And so this ad was super simple. It's called out a specific customer avatar, said, hey, if you're struggling with this, if you're this person struggling with this, then follow my page because I have a solution for it. The framework is literally that simple. You guys can go onto my page. I'll leave the link to my Instagram in the description. You guys can scroll down on my Instagram page. I haven't archived any of this stuff. You guys can literally go and watch it and write down the actual script word for word, and try and change it for your actual business. But once I got somebody who is a complete stranger to then get into my middle of funnel, my middle of funnel was just straight up content that just provided value, was just centered around giving out, it followed a 3-pillar framework that I like to follow, which was value, right? Then there was some personal post in there. And then there was, it was value, personal post. And then the third one is case studies and testimonials. So somebody would follow me like today, and then over the next 2 to 3 months, even, right? These people would get to know, like, and trust me through my content. And then I would DM set them, just hit them up and see if they wanted my solution, get them onto a call, and I would close the deal, right? So that funnel became super simple. So the first thing I ended up doing was running an ad, right? You're running the ad is like the most important part. And I'll make a video on that at a later point in time. But the biggest thing for you to understand is the core transformation of what a 10K a month business owner is doing, basically like a fucking freelancer. But once you start getting to like a 30K a month like operation, you can kind of see you have a little bit more of a systematic approach. Very simple, very easy process to go ahead and follow. So once I started getting a bunch of traffic into it, well, I didn't have the time to sit in my DMs every single day and just set appointments all day because I had to take sales calls and I had to fulfill for clients, right? So the first thing I ended up doing was, one, I doubled my prices, right? So a lot of people get the whole pricing model a little bit wrong, but long story short, you want to be able to however much money your offer or how much value you provide, just charge less than that. Easy. So I was charging like 2K for like my coaching program at the time. So I was charging it for 1K at the time, and then I doubled it, got traffic. And then the third thing I ended up doing was I ended up just getting a simple appointment setter. So rather than me having the conversations, I just like found somebody that was in my network. I ended up just showing them how I was setting appointments and frameworks, recorded a video of myself doing it for a little while. And then I ended up giving that over to the DM setter. He would follow that script. He would set appointments onto my calendar. And at the time I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. Because like, I'm not fucking working 12 hours a day. And I'll be honest with you guys, like I had so much fucking leverage at this point. Like in the beginning, getting from 0 to 10K is honestly like the hardest jump that you're gonna make. But once you have momentum, once you have learned some soft skills like how to sell and how to at least somewhat deliver a service, once you learn marketing and you get really good at running ads, like it's a cheat code. Because you can pay for attention and you don't have to like, go viral. You don't have to do any of that other stuff. But some people are naturally talented. They have the blessings to actually have viral content. But if you don't know how to do that, ads can definitely solve that problem. You just need attention. That's the biggest thing. It's how do I get attention? That's through running ads. And then once I started getting a lot of people in through it, I delegated the setting, right? And then I started taking on just closing. And then I hired on a CS guy going into January of 2023. So he was the one that was helping me deliver the product and the service on the back end. So that little tight operation right there, bro, like, you probably spend like 3, maybe 4 or 5K a month on ads, profit like majority of it, maybe a few more grand, like let's say 8, like 5 to 8 grand is being spent on ads and payroll and stuff like that. But that lifestyle, to be honest with you, was what I was at for like a few months before I really started to ramp up and scale. And that was a really easy time. And I was pocketing a lot of the cash at that point in time. But your biggest bottleneck to go from this guy who works 12 hours a day, right, grinding his tail off and like brute forcing his way into making money, it's easy if you just learn the skill set of running an ad. And the fundamental thing is just learning how to convert a stranger into a customer. So even if you go into this, is literally what's happening in real time. Like you guys are consuming content, getting value from it, and eventually, hopefully, if you guys get enough value, you guys want implementation. That's what you guys pay for, right? So if you can understand this funnel process here, how to put out an ad to get attention, how to create content that gets people to know, like, and trust you, and then how to set an appointment to get them onto a sales call, your money is going to make a lot of business. Your business is going to make a lot of money. But anyways, cool. I'll catch you guys in another video. I'm going to make another video about how to script and create your first few ads. But hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys very soon.